Hi friends, I am SN Pandey, going to discuss in details on recently notified rule, the Battery Waste Management Rule 2022. This rule is notified by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change on 22nd August 2022 through notification number SO3984. This rule suppressed means replaced the previous rule, that is the Batteries Management and Handling Rule 2012. This rule was very useful in addressing the battery waste, but with the evolution of time and the influx of new technology in the market, the use and variety of batteries increased. And so, to address these changes, rules are introduced under this rule. So, I'm with you for next few minutes where we will try to understand in simple language what this rule says and how it differs from previous rule of 2012. You are requested to please subscribe this channel and click on the like button if you like this video. So, let us start this session. At first, I would like to discuss the structure of this rule. This rule can be broadly divided into three parts: the rules, schedule, and form. There are total 15 rules, 2 schedules, and 7 forms. You can see the title of all 15 rules as shown on the screen. These are the 2 schedules and these are the 7 forms. If we compare with previous rule of 2001, there were 14 rules, 1 schedule, and 9 forms available in that rule. To make it easy and comprehensible, I have divided the entire rule into 2 parts. One is Rule 2, that is application, and second is functions and action part of this rule, which covers from Rule 4 to 15. We will focus on schedule, forms, and definitions during the course of our discussion. Let us discuss the first part, Rule 2, which briefs application of this rule. This rule applies on each producer, dealer, consumer, entities which are involved in collection, segregation, transportation, refurbishment, and recycling of waste battery. Here, producers are those entities which are involved in either manufacture and sale of battery under its own brand, or only sale of battery under its own brand produced by other manufacturer or supplier, or import of battery. And it is applicable on all types of batteries, regardless of chemistry, shape, volume, weight, material composition, and use. These rules will not be applied on batteries used in essential security service, military equipment, and space equipment. To understand easily, I have divided the rule 4 to 15 into 4 major categories: types of battery, key actions, functions of stakeholders, and functions of concerned government authority. First is types of batteries. MOEFCC have categorized 4 types of batteries in the rule of 2022: portable battery, electric vehicle battery, automotive battery, and industrial battery. First is portable battery. Rule 3T defines the portable battery as the battery which is sealed, less than 5 kilograms, and not made for industrial purpose, electric vehicle, or to be used as an automotive battery. Second is electric vehicle battery. The rule 3J defines the electric vehicle battery means any battery specifically designed to provide traction to hybrid and electric vehicles for road transport. For example, those batteries which are used in electric vehicle 4-wheelers, 3-wheelers, and 2-wheelers. Third one is automotive battery. The rule 3B defines as any battery used only for automotive starter, lighting, or ignition power. It is a rechargeable battery that is used to start a motor vehicle. You must have seen it in car, and also known as car battery. The fourth one is industrial battery, means any battery designed for industrial uses, excluding portable battery, electric vehicle battery, and automotive battery. These may include sealed battery, unsealed battery, and energy storage system battery as Rule 3 are defined. Now let us see the key actions which is described in this rule, that is central online portal, extended producer responsibility, provision of certificates, and actions on violation. As the need of the hour, this rule has come with online control and monitoring system. Rule 14 talks about central online portal, which is to be established by Central Pollution Control Board within 6 months of commencement of this rule. This will be the single point data repository with respect to orders and guidelines issued time to time by Central Pollution Control Board or State Pollution Control Board. All the registration, renewal, and annual quarterly returns of producer, recyclers, refurbishers, or whatever applicable as per this rule shall be done through this portal web. It will also reflect the material balance of waste battery as per extended producer responsibility obligation of producers and the details regarding the audit of the producers and entities involved in refurbishing and recycling of waste battery. Another one is extended producer responsibility. This is a new responsibility added on the producer in which producer has to ensure the environmentally sound management of waste battery. Environmentally sound management of waste battery means management of waste battery in a manner to protect human health and environment against any adverse effect which may result from any substance contained in the waste battery. These may include refurbishment and recycling. One more important policy also introduced in this rule, that is exchanging of EPR certificate. An EPR certificate which shall be generated by Central Pollution Control Board and assigned to registered recycler refurbisher, and the recycler refurbisher can sell it to producer in exchange of waste battery. The EPR certificate generated based on weight of battery, percentage fulfillment of material recovery targets for a specified year, and geographical source of batteries such as domestic or imported. This certificate shall be valid for 7 years. Recyclers shall be mandated for minimum recovery of battery materials for portable and electric vehicle 70% in 2024-25, 80% in 2025-26, and 90% in 2026-27 onwards. Similarly, for automotive and industrial, 55% in 2024-25, 60% in 2025-26, and onwards. Penalty provision has also been made in the rule for the rule violators, mainly if the entities have no registration, providing false information, forced document submission, not following sound handling of waste battery. Rule 13 says that implementation committees shall prepare and recommend guidelines for imposition and collection of environmental compensation. The environmental compensation shall be levied by Central Pollution Control Board, State Pollution Control Board based on polluter pays principle. This rule is also providing grace period for 3 years for the violators to get back the penalty amount. If the shortfall is addressed within 3 years, the compensation levied shall be returned to the producer. After completion of 3 years, the entire environmental compensation amount shall be forfeited. The collected funds shall be kept in separate escrow account by Central Pollution Control Board or State Pollution Control Board and shall be utilized in collection and refurbishing or recycling of uncollected and non-recycled or non-refurbished waste. This rule also describes the functions of stakeholders like producers, refurbishers, recyclers, consumers, and other entities. Rule 4 says functions of producer. The producer has to register renewal through the online centralized portal in Form 1A and they obtain certificate of registration in Form 1B. He has to file annual returns in Form 3 by 30th June of next financial year. As I said earlier, producer has obligation of extended producer responsibility for the battery and producer shall submit EPR plan in the Form 1C to CPCB by 30th June of every year. Now, producer has to meet the collection and recycling refurbishment targets as mentioned in Schedule 2. Now let us see what is given in Schedule 2. For easy understanding, I have summarized the 10 pages Schedule 2 into 2 slides. Basically, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has given targets for collection, recycling, refurbishing of waste battery with a time frame for all the 4 types of battery. Here, the portable battery also categorized in 2 types, one which is used in consumer electronics, another which are not used in consumer electronics. For both types of battery, 10-year compliance cycle has been taken starting from 2022-23 to 2031-30, and the target is 100% collection and 100% recycling, refurbishing against the battery placed in the market during 10-year cycle. However, 60% carry forward are allowed of the average quantity of battery placed in the market per year during the 10-year cycle to the next compliance cycle. To achieve it, yearly target also given, that is in 2022-23 minimum 50% collection, in 2023-24 minimum 60% collection, and in 2024-25 and onwards minimum 70% collection and 100% recycling refurbishment targets taken of the quantity of battery placed in the market in 5th preceding financial year. For example, first target in 2022-23 against the battery placed in the market in 2017-18. Similarly, for portable batteries which are not used in consumer electronics, 100% collection, recycling and refurbishing targets given in 10-year compliance cycle. Starting from 2025-26 to 2034-35. The yearly target for collection given are In financial year 2025-26, 50%. In 2026-27, minimum 60%. And in 2027-28 and onwards, 70%. And 100% recycling refurbishing targets taken of the quantity of battery placed in the market in the third preceding financial year. For example, first target in 2025-26 against the battery placed in the market in 2022-23. In case of automobile battery and industrial, the compliance cycle taken is for 7 years, starting from 2022-23 to 2028-29. For both the battery, 100% collection and recycling refurbishing targets taken in 7-year compliance cycle. However, yearly collection target for both type of battery is different. For automotive battery in financial year 2022-23, minimum 30%. In 2023-24, minimum 50%. In 2024-25, minimum 70%. And in 2025-26 and onwards, 90% and 100% recycling refurbishing targets taken of the quantity of battery placed in the market in third preceding financial year. For example, first target in 2022-23 against the battery placed in the market in 2019-20 and so on. For industrial battery, the yearly collection target taken in financial year 2022-23, 40%, in 2023-24, minimum 50%, and in 2024-25, minimum 60%, and in 2025-26 and onwards, 70% and 100% recycling refurbishing target taken of the quantity of battery placed in the market in the third preceding financial year. For example, first target in 2022-23 against the battery placed in the market in 2019-20 and so on. Again, the electric vehicle categorized in three types: three-wheeler, two-wheeler, and four-wheeler. The compliance cycle taken for three-wheeler and two-wheeler is 7 years, and for four-wheeler it is 14 years. Although the starting of the compliance year are different for these three types of batteries. For three-wheeler, 2024-25 to 30-31. For two-wheelers, 26-27 to 32-33. And for four-wheelers, 29-32, 42-43. The target is 100% collection and 100% recycling or refurbishing for all the three types of batteries within the respective compliance cycle. The yearly target is taken 70% for collection and 100% for recycling refurbishing for all types of EV batteries. The yearly compliance target for three-wheeler, two-wheeler and four-wheeler is against the battery placed in the market in third preceding financial year in 2021-22, in fourth preceding financial year in 2022-23 and eighth in 21-22 respectively. Apart from this EPR obligation given in Schedule 2, producer has to adhere to prohibitions and labeling requirement as prescribed in Schedule 1. In this schedule, certain prohibitions have been given, like 5 ppm of mercury by weight in battery may only be allowed till 2025, except in button zinc silver oxide battery with a mercury content less than 2% and button zinc air battery with a mercury content less than 2% by weight, and 2000 ppm of cadmium by weight in battery may be allowed except in emergency and alarm system, including emergency lighting and in medical equipment. Again, certain labeling requirement also mandatory for battery or battery packs as visible on your screen. If the battery containing mercury, cadmium or lead, the labeling requirement will be as per this signage. Producer may operate schemes such as deposit refund system or buyback or any other model. It is also given that producer may engage any other entity for collection, recycling or refurbishment of waste battery. However, the EPR responsibility remains with the producer. Producer has also to ensure the minimum use of domestically recycled material in new battery as shown in the table. Let us see in the table. For portable and electric vehicles, 5, 10, 15, and 20% minimum use has to be ensured in 2027-28, 28-29, 2029-30, and 30-31 onwards respectively. Now come to the functions of refurbisher. All refurbishers has to apply in Form 2A to the State Pollution Control Board for grant of one-time registration and shall get registration certificate in Form 2B. They have to ensure that all the activities carried out in accordance with the guidelines prescribed by Central Pollution Control Board and the refurbishment process and facilities comply with the CPCB standards or guidelines. Refurbishers shall furnish quarterly returns in Form 4 on quarterly basis. Similarly, the functions for recyclers are same as refurbishers. They have to obtain registration certificate in Form 2B and ensure the facility complies the CPCB or State Pollution Control Board guidelines. Rule 5 says functions of consumer. Consumer means end user of battery. As per the rule, consumer has to ensure the storage of waste battery separately from other waste and also has to ensure the waste battery are disposed of in an eco-friendly manner by giving it to registered recycler or refurbishers or municipalities. Now let us see the functions of other entities. As per Rule 7, entities involved in collection, segregation and treatment have to hand over waste battery to registered refurbishers or recycler and has to ensure that the facility is in accordance with the standards or guidelines prescribed by the CPC. This rule also defines the government controlling authority like Central Pollution Control Board, State Pollution Control Board, Public Waste Management like municipalities, and Committee for Implementation. Let us see the functions of Central Pollution Control Board. They have to register, renew the producers, recyclers, refurbishers through online portal. Central Pollution Control Board have the power to cancel or suspend the registration of producers, recyclers, refurbishers, or can impose penalty in case of violation of this rule. Central Pollution Control Board shall verify the compliance done by producers through inspections and audit. CPCB shall review the technology related to waste battery management and shall issue guidelines for environmentally sound procedures of waste battery. CPCB shall also publish the list of producers who have failed to meet EPR targets and obligations on an annual basis and will establish a mechanism to ensure a regular dialogue between stakeholders in the fulfillment of obligations. Rule 12 defines the functions of State Pollution Control Board. SPCB shall register entities through online portal in Form 2B. They have also power to suspend or cancel the registration of entity in case of false information or violation of this rule, maximum for 5 years. State Pollution Control Board shall verify compliance of entity through inspections and periodic audit in their jurisdiction. SPCB shall publish a list of entities not fulfilling the EPR obligations on annual basis. SPCB shall also compile and forward the quarterly report submitted by refurbishers and recyclers to CPCB and publish online. SPCB shall ensure a regular dialogue between relevant stakeholders and SPCB has to submit annual report to CPCB by 30th June every year regarding effective implementation of this rule. Rule 6 says the functions of Public Waste Management Authority like municipal corporation, village panchayat or municipalities. These agencies have to collect the battery waste and will hand over to the producers or refurbishers or recyclers or can carry out their recycling or refurbishment themselves. And the last one is the functions of Committee for Implementation. Rule 15 talks about the provision of Committee for Implementation. As per this rule, a committee shall be constituted by the central government under chairpersonship of chairman, Central Pollution Control Board, in which representative from Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, organizations such as CPCB, SPCBs, NERI, and associations representing producers, recyclers, and refurbishers, and any other stakeholders as invited by the chair of the committee shall be there. The major functions of the committee are to recommend measures to Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change for effective implementation of this rule, to monitor the implementation and also take such measures as required for removal of difficulty, to guide and supervise the development and operations of the online portal and any modification in the forms with the approval of the central government. The committee shall meet once in a 6 months to submit its report and recommendations to Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So this is what given in the rule 2022, and in last I would like to conclude that with increasing the technologies there is vast growth in electronics, transportation and in other fields which increases the usage of battery, which in result waste batteries are also increased. So this rule was very much needed with new provision of 4R principle, and this new rule has increased the overall scope of previous rule with inclusion of newer type of batteries like automotive battery, electric vehicle battery, industrial battery, and portable battery, and inclusion of extended producer responsibility, EPR targets, and enhanced responsibility of the major stakeholders, producers, recyclers, refurbishers, other entities, and government authorities. So, these changes made align with the new technologies in the market and good initiative by the government to control the growing pollution from battery waste. This was a short briefing on this rule as per my understanding. So that's the end of my presentation. I hope you must have understand this new rule, and I will welcome your suggestion in the comment box for improvement in my next video. Thanks.